some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. We need some really nice.
Welcome back to Cosmaholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is another story time. I apologize if I look a little cray-cray, but it is what it is. I tried to shoot a drugstore tutorial, and I don't know, it kind of fell to shit. I was like, bitch, I ain't even uploading this shit. But I will reshoot it and use a different foundation because I just think I look absolutely insane. Anyway, before I get into the story, can I just address the fact that BLAC, CHYNA and fucking KYLIE posted this selfie, and they both posted a picture on Snapchat. I will post them both here. WTF is this? Them bitches is whack as fuck, okay? That's all I have to say. I ain't even going to drag them hoes. They're both just really whack, and I really hope that Amber doesn't get in the middle of this and like befriend KYLIE, because she was like talking shit about KYLIE and Tyga, and like now they friends. Like, that's weird. First of all, it's not even just that it's whack, like it's just weird. Like, that is the whole situation is just fucked up, because it's fucking Rob, it's Tyga, it's KYLIE, and it's BLAC, CHYNA. And BLAC, CHYNA is the baby mother of Tyga, who is the boyfriend of KYLIE, who is the brother of Rob, who is the fiance of BLAC, CHYNA. Does that make any sense? No, it does not. Okay, so let's just carry on.
What?
What? I'm not starting over. Like, I'm just like, I just wanted to press the record button again.
I'm gonna go.
What? That goat was mad as hell. He's cussing out the man. Okay, so let's get it on. Let's get it on.
To the early morning.
P.S. Rest in peace to Prince and CHYNA. Oh my god, what a friggin' week this has been. And, well, I was gonna say, and it's only Thursday, but what a week it's been. Anyway, is it Thursday or Wednesday?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Look at your phone.
I am checking. It's Thursday. Okay, so let me get into this story. I'm just gonna start spilling the story, because if you read the title, then you already know what the fuck it's about. This happened when I was in grade 12. Like, a lot of my stories happened while I was in high school, because that was like probably the most exciting part of my life. But this story happened when I was in grade 12, and I used to hang out with this girl. We're gonna call her Mia. Me and Mia were super duper close. Like, the first time I got high and smoked a blunt, Mia was present. Like, we did everything together. We were basically inseparable. Okay. And Mia had a lot of friends from her neighborhood that I was not a part of. Like, I didn't live in the same neighborhood. I tell you guys all the time, I came from Malvern. So Mia lived in a neighborhood close to my school, and so everybody that she knew was from her neighborhood, and she introduced me to them, and then we became like a cute little clique, I guess. So it was me, Mia, and I guess we'll call the other girl Tina. So Tina was dating one of the guys from not necessarily their neighborhood, but like a neighborhood close by, and he had a brother, and this story is about his brother. Okay, so we're gonna call his brother Bartholomew. Okay. And the reason I'm calling him Bartholomew is because he was just like, his name should be Bartholomew. Like, he's just I don't even know, like, when I describe him to you guys, you're gonna be like, okay, that's why she named him Bartholomew. The guy that Tina was dating, the guy with the brother, he was from like this little neighborhood, and they had like a big group of friends, and it was summertime, so I was like always going to Mia's house in the summertime, and then we would just walk over to that neighborhood, that block or whatever, and we'd go hang out with the guys just to chill, kick it, catch a couple jokes, you know, just chill. Yeah, so we would just go to the neighborhood and chill. And before I even get into what happened between me and Bartholomew, I am going to give you guys a little background on Bartholomew. Okay, this is the description of Bartholomew. Okay, so Bartholomew, yes, Bartholomew is black. Bartholomew was under 6 feet. Okay, we don't do that. Like, sorry, I get it. Like, I know there's like meninists out there, and y'all get mad when bitches are like, you can't be under 6 feet. You gotta have a big dick, a big zick. Did you subscribe yet? Well, Bartholomew was under 6 feet, and that's a no-no for me. Like, I'm 5'2", and and I like for my guys to be 6 and above. That's just my preference. I don't give a fuck if niggas have preferences too. Like, y'all can have preferences. I really don't care. If you don't like fat bitches, you don't like fat bitches. Like, that's none of my business. So moving on. Bartholomew never had his hair brushed. Bartholomew breath smell a little rank. Bartholomew's lips was always dry, and you know I really don't do dry lips. Bartholomew was always wearing the same fucking clothes. I kid you not, Bartholomew always had on the same clothes. And I, like, for me, like, especially in high school, I barely repeated. Like, I would do my laundry like once every 3 months because I just had so much fucking clothes. So I really didn't understand why every time I saw Bartholomew on the BLAC, he was dressed in the same fucking pants with the broken ass zipper and the same fucking sweater and or shirt and the same fucking windbreaker. Like, well, windbreaker's okay, but he was always dressed in the same fucking clothes, and that was a big no for me as well. Another thing about Bartholomew was that his shoes looked like he used to fucking skateboard. And if you guys ever seen a skateboarder's shoe, whatever shoe that they use to like do the kick push, that shoe is fucked up because they use it like they use like the toe part. If you didn't go to like all white school, you wouldn't even know this, but like all the skateboarders at my school, one shoe, they're either right foot or left foot would always be toe up from the flow up. Like their shoe would just be broken toe open. Like it would just be fucking retarded. So his shoes were just popped down. Like everything about him was popped down. Like you guys get it. Like I don't really need to go in and tell you guys how much of a turn off he was to even just look at. But like, two more things about Bartholomew. He was definitely the butt of all of his friends and his brother's jokes. Like it was sad and embarrassing. Like they pick on him, but he's a good sport. Like, you know, he didn't really take it, well, he probably did take it to heart. I really don't know how the fuck he felt, but he was literally the butt of all of their jokes, and everybody just made fun of him. I guess you could call it bullying, to be honest, but not really. They were just guys picking on guys. And lastly, he had a fake ass stutter, and it's for sure fake. Like he doesn't have a real stutter. He would just come in and out of nowhere. It wasn't a real stutter. And 99% of the things he said would make you really ponder. Like you would just look at him like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, why are you even speaking right now? Because it was just flat out stupid. Like, and I'm forgetting so much stuff. And he always used to play air basketball. And what I mean by that is there was no basketball present, there was no net present, but for some reason he'd always like dribble the ball, this non-existent fucking ball, dribble it between his legs, and then do a fucking, like, are you Jim Jones? What are you really saying about life right now? Like all the fucking time. Did you click the red button yet? Please subscribe. Okay, back to the story. My nigga thought he was balling for real. Like, no. So that was Bartholomew. So now that you guys know what I was about to be dealing with, I can get into the actual story. Okay, so as y'all know, my ass bougie. I've been bougie my whole fucking life. So after this description that I just gave to you, I'm pretty sure that you guys can capture that he was not my type, like, at all. Like, I had definitely, actually, I can't really say that I have a type because my boyfriend's white. Like, wait, he ain't my type. But
what?
You know my type.
Who the hell are your type?
Anyway, yeah, like I don't really have a type per se, but I do have preferences. But like, yeah, he wasn't even near my type. Like he was nothing close to being my type. So yeah, he was just a no. You know what, everybody's always getting mad at me for playing with my hair, so I'm gonna try to not do it today. Okay, he just really wasn't my type, and there was nothing I could do to change that. But nevertheless, one of these fucking bozos, and to this day I still don't even know which one, gave this motherfucker my number, and everybody started to peer pressure me to date him, and I was just like, nigga, no, like, no. And yeah, they gave him my number, and I remember getting that first text from him and being like, who the fuck is this? Because I think it was just like a wagwan or some weird shit. And I was just like, who is this? And he told me, and then I was just looking at my phone like, really? Like, who the hell gave him my number? But I wasn't rude to him because I'm just not rude. Like, well, you know, I can be, but I'm generally not a rude person. I'm rude if I gotta be. So I wasn't gonna like brush him off or nothing and tell him like whatever. I wasn't giving him any more attention than I was giving the rest of the niggas that were on the block that we were talking to. So, or that we'd hang out with, not talking to, because talking to, y'all know that means something else. So yeah, I wasn't giving him any more attention than I was giving anybody else, but for some reason, he took a real hardcore liking to me. And maybe it was because, maybe the same way they were peer pressuring me to like talk to him, they were telling him to like, yeah, talk to Bo, you could probably scoop her. No, I'm not scoopable. I ain't ice cream, but I'm cold. So maybe I am ice cream because I'm fucking cold. Like I said, I don't know who the fuck gave my number. It could have been Tina for all I know, but it was just a no-go for me. But like I said, I wasn't gonna be rude, so I did have casual conversation with him. But like, I don't know, maybe it's like a thing when you reply to niggas, if you're not like curving them like with the super duper curve, then they automatically think you're interested in them. But that's not fair. Like, so yeah, I realized that it was a fucking mistake. I should have been rude and mean and upfront and honest and been like, nigga, no. But I was just keeping casual conversation. And I remember him telling him he liked me, but like, when he said that to me, I promise verbatim, I said to him, what would you like me to do with this information, sir? I promise those are my exact words to him, because I don't know, I was just a little spicy, but I wasn't being rude. Like, is that rude? I don't know, I just took it as a joke, like whatever. So yeah, he did tell me he liked me, and I would still text him casually. But if you don't tell somebody you like them too, like, you're not gonna think that, okay, he's still gonna like me. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Anyway, this was definitely the nigga that made me step my curve game up to the 100th fucking power. After I dealt with this, like, I was like, curve game finna be hella strong. I'm never gonna ever let anything like this happen again. Because do you guys know how hard it is to break up with somebody that you are not dating? Somebody that has convinced themselves that they're dating you. Like, what? Okay, so.
Babe, no, keep your hand off the camera.
Why?
You keep going, look at your hand. Look at that hand.
It's not on camera.
No, you keep going like this and going like this.
Like this? Yeah, I'm talking with my hands. It's fine.
Look at your hand.
Well, my nails? Fuck you. They already know I'm missing my nails. It's cause I don't want to get them filled before, like, too far from my birthday. So I'm gonna go next week. Yeah, so I think this was actually happening a couple of weeks before school started back up again, like towards the end of summer, because, or like midsummer to like the end of summer, because there was something called the CNE. It's like an annual carnival fair thing that we go to well, I don't know, some people go to it every single year, but the last day of the CNE is fucking lit. Like, it's popping. So everybody from everywhere is there, which is kind of dangerous, but everybody from everywhere around the city come to the CNE on the last day. You know, bitches was trying to get chapped and shit, niggas too, and like, it was just a fun little mingle. And so we went to the fair. Me, Tina, and Mia, we all went to the fair, and we were chilling there, and we ended up meeting up with the guys. And this was probably the first and only time that Bartholomew was not wearing the outfit that he usually wore. Like, he was dressed to the nines, honey. He had on a new fitted cap, he had on a new cardigan, a new shirt, new pants, new shoes. I said, where was this outfit before? Like, is this like a rent outfit? Like, where did you get this? Because I promise he was always in the same clothes. But yeah, he had a new outfit on, haircut clean. Like, Bartholomew stepped his game up that day, but nigga still wasn't like, he still wasn't my type. Like, just because he changed his clothes one time for the 365 days, like, no, he still wasn't my type. But of course, we're at the fair. I wanted to play a game. Bartholomew wanted to pay, so I wasn't gonna tell him no. Like, you could pay, boo, you could surely pay. And I ended up winning like a big Krusty the Clown plush. So I won a big Krusty the Clown plush. I was super happy about it. Of course, probably in Bartholomew's head, he's thinking, oh, I spent money on her, like $2 game, so now she's my bitch. It still wasn't going down like that. So I think after that he would text me a lot more than before, because I don't know, maybe at this point he felt like, yeah, like, you know, like I have a chance now, like I'm in there like swimwear. But for me it was still, I don't know, even after all this, like you would think that I would have said, okay, like no, like I don't really want, I'm not talking to you like that. But I was pretty much being distant in my text messages. But like I don't know if he thought I was playing hard to get or what it was. But anyway, he did end up inviting me to come with him to the mall one day. I don't even remember what the fuck for. Like I should have not said yes, but I said yes anyway. Like I don't know, a part of me kind of felt bad for him, but at the same time people are gonna watch this and be like, what a bitch. But no, like I don't know if I felt bad for him or like I just didn't see it as a big deal. So I was like, yeah, what the fuck, I'll go to the mall with you. And I regretted that, because as soon as I met up with him at the mall, he was of course back in the same regular degular ass clothes he was always wearing, and his fucking zipper was down. And I remember being on the opposite side of the turnstile that like you pass through if you're trying to get on the subway, and I looked at him and I'm just like, your fly is down, like what does Superman do, boo? And he literally turned around and zipped up his zipper. Like who does that? I was just like to him, you don't need to turn around, like I already seen everything, like you don't, like he was probably just embarrassed, but I was just like, you don't need to turn around to zip your zipper up. But what?
That's some tea.
Anyway, yeah, he was in the same clothes, which that's petty of me, I know, but it's just like when I was seeing, like his brother was never in the same fucking clothes. His brother never looked popped down, like I don't know, I'm pretty sure he had a job, he was working. So I just didn't understand it. Maybe he was saving his coin, but like at least like go buy like a pack of like 5 white shirts from Walmart, and then have at least like 3 pairs of jeans. Don't just be having 1 pair of jeans and 1 shirt. Like what? How often do you do your laundry? There's no way you're washing your laundry every day. Who does that? White tees are not expensive at all. At all. Well, after the mall incident, which mind you, probably about 4 or 5 times throughout the day I had to keep telling him like your zipper's down. Like there has to be a point where you gotta know you gotta buy some new fucking pants. And I don't know, it was this day that I decided that no more Mrs. Nice Girl. Like I can't be just too nice anymore. So shortly after this, he ended up texting me and telling me he wanted to make it official. And I'm just thinking like, make what official? I haven't even been giving you play like that. Like if you can't even identify, like I swear niggas are supposed to know when they're being curved. And maybe my curve game was just weak, but like niggas are supposed to know. Niggas are supposed to know when, you know, when you're not interested and stuff. Like they should be able to tell, but I don't know, he just was clueless. So yeah, so he asked me, or he told me, he texted me and let me know that he wants to make it official. And I was just like, instead of finally fucking saying I really just didn't know how to let him down easy. So instead of saying like I'm not interested, which should have been what I did, I said you gotta put a ring on it. Like I thought I was fucking Beyonce. Like no, I wanted a gold ring, I did, but that was my way of thinking, that was my way of telling him fuck out of here. Like I figured, because any other guy, if you tell them, if some guy tells you let's make it official, and you tell them put a ring on it, they're gonna be like, you gold digging bitch, like I ain't putting no fucking ring on you, I don't even know you, hoe, blah blah blah, call you all bitches and hoes. Like I figured he would just think I was a gold digging bitch and I didn't deserve a ring. And that, like who does that? Like which girl would ever say that to somebody? Like I would never ever have said that to Shooter, to fucking put a ring on it. Like what? I figured he would just, you know, say fuck me, but he gave me a vibe of say no more. A couple days later, this nigga showed up at my front fucking door with a black plastic bag with gold writing on it that said the Diamond Company. And inside of this bag was a gray box. And I looked at the bag and I'm just like, ain't no fucking way. Like, this nigga cannot be for real. Like, what? You don't have money for clothes, but you're buying bitches rings? So I take the box out of the bag, I open the box, and inside is this little ring, smaller than this one, way smaller than, it was like a ring you would give to a baby, but it was white gold and it had a tiny schmeckle of a yellow diamond in it. And I was just like, oh thanks, like, was not expecting this. So of course, because he got me a ring now, it's official. But I really could not do this. So the whole entire weekend, I think that was actually a Friday, so the whole entire weekend I'm sitting there thinking, I'm just like, I really want to keep this ring, but I'm gonna have to give it back. One, it was white gold. I don't really fuck with white gold like that. Like, y'all know I like gold. So that was the thing. But I wanted to keep the ring just because it was a ring, and I didn't have any rings on at that time, so I wanted to keep the ring. But at the same time, I was like, okay, if I keep the ring, he's gonna continue to think that we are an item, and it's kind of wrong to be leading him on. Like, no, I can't do that. Like, I told you guys, I ain't that kind of bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not mean. I really wanted a ring. It was like the pizza thing. I don't know. So, yeah. So the whole entire weekend I'm contemplating. I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, so should I give it back? Like, how am I gonna do this? And eventually I decide that, yeah, I'm gonna meet up with him on Monday and give him his shit back. Because y'all remember that episode of That's So Raven when the little African prince nigga came and gave Raven all the gifts and she accepted them, and then she had to go back to, she was supposed to go back to their land and get married and shit with him. Well, this nigga was African. So yeah, so Monday comes. Let's fast forward to Monday. Monday comes and I text him. He didn't go to my school or anything. He's older than me. I don't even know how old he is right now. Like, I never knew his age. So I texted him and I'm just like, I hit him with the, we need to talk. And I don't know if he even knew what that meant, but I knew what the fuck it meant, and that's all that mattered. So I said, meet me at McDonald's after school. So I met him at the McDonald's. He ends up bringing Tina. Where's my lip? Like, he ends up bringing Tina and his other friend with him, and we're all sitting inside the McDonald's, and I was just playing with the ring the whole time. I was looking down at my hand like this and just fiddling with the ring and pulling the ring on and off my finger just to get him like ready for the news. And then we went outside onto the patio. He sat on one side of the table, I sat on the other side of the table, and I just hit him. At the time I was listening to a lot of Wale's, I don't know if this is his first, I don't think it's his first mixtape, but a lot of More About Nothing. No, not More About Nothing, whatever the fucking Seinfeld, that first Seinfeld mixtape, whatever that was, I was listening to a lot of it, okay? And so I just said to him, it's not you, it's me. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, it's not you, it's me. Like, I was really pulling out all of the TV lines that I've ever heard in my life. Like, first with the we need to talk, and now with the freaking it's not you, it's me. But I was just like, I can't do this. I really can't. I'm sorry, but you ain't the one, honey. And I took off the ring and I put the ring on the table in front of him, and I walked back inside. I got a McFlurry and I took my little ass home. Now I felt really bad about the situation or whatever, and he actually beefed me for a very, very long time, probably until about 2 years ago. He had beef with me, and like, he was like trying to beef me on Twitter, and I told him to pull the fuck up. Like, I text my friend that was, I don't know if she was with them at the time, or she was, yeah, I think she was with them, but I text her, and I would just like give him my address and tell him to pull the fuck up, because I don't know who he's talking to on Twitter. Like, pull up, my nigga. Don't know who I thought I was either, but you know, I always been a little gangster, okay? Anyway, yeah, he beat me for a very long time until like 2 years ago. But After the whole McDonald's incident, he did come to my house and told me that he needed the box and the bag back. So he picked up the box and the bag and gave it to him, and that was basically. And yeah, we didn't talk for however many years until he got over the situation. Maybe he just felt like I did him dirty, but like, didn't nobody tell you to convince yourself that you was dating my ass? Because like, I cannot be claimed if I do not want to be claimed, and niggas was trying to claim me without my consent. So that is the story on how I had to break up with a guy that convinced himself that he was dating me. Like, what? Bougie doesn't just date anybody. Like, no. No. Anyway, you guys, I hope you love this story. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one.